On to Sunday now, and we will of course start with the 1,000 guineas, where Quadrilateral heads up the market at 3-1. Oak's favourite Love is 5-1 and second favourite here. Mill Isle is 6-1, Peaceful 10-1, Raffle Prize 12s, Cloak of Spirits 12s, Boomer 16s, 20-1 bar. Andy, coming to you first. Quadrilateral, a worthy favourite.
Yeah, what she did last year, just about, I think. Anyone who wins a Group 1 in the manner she did, and she beat a good field as well. Obviously, we haven't got Powerful Breeze, which is a shame. But we have got Love in there as well. So the representation's quite strong from that Group 1. The figure was good. They went a good gallop, and she outstayed them in the end. But that was on softest ground and good to firm ground. Will she get outpaced again and not get back and be able to retaliate on quicker ground? That would be my only slight concern. And you've got to go back to 1990 when Roger Charlton had his last classic winner with Quest for Fame. So there's one or two little niggles at the short price that put me off. I'll be very confident that Mill Isle gets the trip. The way she won the Cheveley Park. If you watch that video back, you'd be hard pressed to suggest she wouldn't. The way she finished off a race, and the fact that Jessica Harrington had probably 4 or 5 of the best fillies in Ireland last season, Albinia being one of them, and she's the key main representative in Newmarket, suggests that she's always had this race in mind, and she'll be trained to the minute knowing how Jessica operates. She'd probably be number one choice, Mill Isle, good course form. And I'd certainly be respectful of Love as well, as I mentioned, obviously, dispatches with Quadrilateral. Their form ties together. I don't think she was probably in love with the softest ground as what Quadrilateral was. And being a filly by Galileo that's got a lovely flow in action, I think the better ground will suit her. And Aidan O'Brien, as we know with these classics, he never wants to underestimate. Five fillies have won this race for him recently. Hermosa, Winter, that kind of horse in recent times. So you'd be very reluctant, or it'd be churlish to knock Aidan O'Brien out your calculation. So I'd probably be the 2 Irish Raiders here, Mill Isle and Love.
So Love 5-1, Mill Isle 6-1. Mike, any thoughts for you on the 1,000 guineas?
Phillies race is just not the one for me at this time of year. So certainly won't be a betting race. But I think Quadrilateral was definitely I think she's definitely the horse to beat. She really looked like a 3-year-old last year. I know she's done incredibly well over the winter. She went to Kempton the other day, and she should go very well, I think. But it's all in the price. I think Aidan O'Brien, the key line there was he can get these horses to improve so much. And I personally think Peaceful might almost be the danger of the O'Brien lot. They liked her so much when she was a 2-year-old, and I just think she maybe got beat a bit out of greenness last time. I think she could improve a lot this year, but it would be a no bet race for me.
Any horses for you kind of double figure prices who could have improved, or you've heard may have improved over the winter?
I think Cloak of Spirits. She's been quite well touted in the last fortnight or so, and I noticed her price has contracted from sort of 16-20 into around about 8-10 now, and her run in the Tattersalls Stakes was an eye-catching run, very much with a view for next year. And funny enough, I think the winner of that race, the Rockefeller, beg your pardon, Dyer, she would have been my bet for the race, but unfortunately she's out through a bit of an injury scare in the last week or two. But I thought Cloak of Spirits ran a really eye-catching race that day, and that was only a third run in her life. It was her first run in a Group 2, but she's got a lot of size and power and physique about her. And Richard Hannon, reading all the reports, really likes the way she's going. I think that's one of his fillies to follow for the season. So I think she could outrun her odds.
Cloak of Spirits there, a bit of 14-1 still around if you're quick with Ladbrokes and Coral, but as Andy says, mainly kind of 8-1, 10-1 across the board.